Hi, welcome to Athbheochan. I'm Blue Niall, a musician, artist and designer from Dublin. In recent years, I've found myself increasingly drawn to exploring, through my work, Irishness and aspects of Irish identity. I started sampling traditional music, writing lyrics in Irish and linking with like-minded people through collaborations. I started to notice that I wasn't alone. In the cultural fields of Ireland, something very interesting is happening. Athbheochan, or Rebirth, is a radio show about a new Celtic revival, looking at the explosion of new Irish art forms, utilising Irish accents, Irish language, samples of Irish music and colloquialisms, along with the renewal of interest in Celtic practices and aesthetics in Ireland and beyond. The show features music and conversation, and each episode will focus on a theme. I wanted to speak to a forward-thinking, young Irish generation that's fed up with certain aspects of the country and its culture, but immensely proud of other aspects. People who don't speak Irish but would like to learn, who are interested in Celtic mythology, and also love global music such as hip-hop and underground club music. SBTV are running a series of 6 episodes of Athbheochan to celebrate St. Patrick's Festival. This episode is called Afra Éire. It features Ola Majekodunmi, a groundbreaking broadcaster, writer and creative who created the show Afra Éire on Raidió Na Life to showcase African people and African culture and explore the link between Africa and Ireland. If you like what you hear, please follow me at blue_Niall_ on Instagram, or drop me an email at bluenileblue@gmail.com and subscribe to the mailing list via the link below. You can also keep in touch with my guests. I've dropped all their social profiles below and would highly recommend following these interesting, creative people who I believe are going to shape the future of the country. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy. Ola Majekodunmi, agus bear.
Ola, díobhaid agus míle buchas as teacht an show tá mé ag súil go mór leis.
Gur míle mágat an dá.
Do chuoine nachhfuil aithne acu Ola Majekodunmi hana. Inistún just beganín fud féin agus an chuid obair a bhíon ar siúlagad.
Yeah, so denim galore ruddy fi láthir, so séir seoir mé scríbhneoir, creaaltóir agus just is duna croch mé. Agus is brala me gobar le rudí croch go thuras na meán agus cinál le teachtarach beidir tábhachtach orintach go má.
Rud amháin a bhíonn siúlagad do chlár Afra Éire gur brála a bhíonn ar Raidió Na Life. Just mínig do chuoine beganín faoin glór cad a bhíonn ar siúlagad ann chunas ar thosaigh sé agus ein rud atá feilimtha agat trín broséis den chlór a chorthú.
Yeah, so hosig me show chlóir sin sa bhlín fihe, so bhí sé seo sular hosig an fandéim, so in mi adar. Agus, just bhí mé ggéir cin differently anamh, mar bhí mé tar éis an chlóir sin Silas an Taharn a chur I láthair le cúpla bhlín, so bhí mé ggéir a chin, ór agus diffriúil. Agus, bhí Raidió Na Life an átas fear the chlór mar sin ar éinos ceol Africach. So hosig mé le ceol Africach agus bhí mé cur daoine eile atá ó cúra Africach in éireann faoi aglah comá. So is gofuilm bhí Casey agam don céad chlór, so bhí siise a Shenamar an chlór, bhí siise a chur bhí si rá dáin ina teagaduchas féin seona ó Zimbabwe. Agus bhí si a chasach amá bhí orla seachaí. So bhí si sin go hálan bhí si ionintach ar fád. Agus bhí cúpla duine eile agam mar sin ar an glór. Ach an sin ar thosig an fandéim, bhí sin cinál dachar an leanútarrá leis an chlór, so thug mé susal chlór fe cúpla seachtain agus an sin just chur mé an chlór asir an air agus bhí ceol a chasa agam. So bhí láthair tíor ceol atá ann. Bhí má mobile ó goro agam cúpla bhí ó hin agus bhí siise a casa tá sé ó limnach agus de just bín ceol a casa agam ceol Africach éireannach. So just to spans den phobal éireannach go má go bhfuil daoine de coolar Africach an seo agus tá siad san ceol agus tá siad a crothú ceol ionintach agus just cumá lei sin just cinál an omhá nó an stereotype sin fin Afric a curfy Celt piece of beag. But there's Sweden Dini fin Afric just Sweden sheet er buchtanis coga agus ruddy mar sin ruddy diotaka. So tá mai just a géirí, sun is fuile a hoit an ívá sin mas féidirlum agus, just agna dini ahrú pí a beag.
Tá tú ag ahrú beidir an mion sin pí ar pí agus fiú tá tú ag ahrú antseanga. Le déine bhí duine de ghlacha isteach satanga go hifaúil tuis dochud ebre. Is an simúl é bheith in air an talán í ag ahrú agus sin 6 an téime den chlór omlan seo. Cad a déir sé sin faoin tír, chunas raibh an taihí sin dite focail a chur sa folklór agus sa meán náisiúnta. Agus cad a smaoininn tú faoin ferbert atá denta agus an ferbert atá fós le teach.
Cos a kilogramver scale sin faoin term sin mar just hóirle sé just ní trí himpish ach just bhí mé just a géir bhí mé fecintéir an folíoch seos ar folklór.caí agus nar bhí mis a scríb bhí me géir méidir cinenne a léir orintanta na chud scríb nóachta so bhí cúpla bhí hin bhí mé éis fecin sús ó cad é person of colour oscuilga ar an síomh sin agus is duine neamh geal non-white person nó duine dacha coloured person a bhí ann. So níor mé ro hasasta leis na termíoch sin agus cinnam just agam an seáte leir le fóras le gailge faoi. Agus níorgus a go má bhí siad chun ghlachant leis duine de ga an rudná bhí mis úsá duine le dá hana féin. So is siad sin a rinne an cinenne duine de ga a chuirteach so an cuiiste termíochta siad sin na daine a rinne an cinenne is tíach cinál suggestion a bhí agam in áir so níorvis a go má bhí siad chun ghlachant leis in áir agus is scribhlam gur chunig méid trí so duine aigen agus riidir tá termma nua seo an so sin an slí go raibh is go raibh siad tar éis sé ahrú agus just ceir sé áthas ar macínse ach an sin cúg na man cinál crackalta faoi go háir na meán béle agus bhí dólam gur hiig siad céir bhí geis go ddíach le bhí daoine másca suas ní hé go raibh duine de ga tógáil áit duine gurm nó éon rud mar sin mar tá duine gurm fós sa folklór agus tá ra ann duine dómh úsáid comá ach just literally bhí duine de ga tar éis cinál updateí anmh ar na termí a bhí an hána.
Chun is am móhíonn tú faoin terme sin duine gurm, is cean an aisteach é agus tá daoine tá scéalta éagsúla faoi chunas gur thusnig sé agus gachród an móhíonn tú go bhfuil sé gur drug terme é gur bhfuil sé aisteach chunas am móhíonn tú mar duine deá atá gailge atá mar níomháin go gailge agatach is is duine faoi le ó Havenchanga de atá ag crothú antseanga chunas am móhíonn tú faoin terme sin.
Is níor mé róhasta leis an terme fiúir scoil is cuibalm bhí mé cappa sarang star bhí mé cappa céir is daoine gurm what's blue person bhí mé másca suas an sin deach mé an terme suas folklór an ggónal agus an canál an astraán bhí ar ná negro so bhí is a go gur sean terme bhí gceist agus níor cap mé go raibh sé crin golóir sa látá UN chótha in air na látá UN so tuigem gohfuil skeltaí difriúla ann ó héh an terme sin as cadás a hagan sé ach just den látá UN sa bhblin fi dó is fiú capam updating í anamh ar terme mar sin mar an rud ná ar bhí na termí seo teach an cín ní ra daoine dómh ann an méid sin so is daoine geala cruthaigh na termí seo so is fiú canál terme nua crin á.
Cínta agus tá mé sé ag fearlam agus sílam go méid daoine atá géisteach atá ag fearlam faoi sin mar níor smaoinnig mé go pásanta go dain faoin terme agus it's just but is Ken on Ashtoke agus is féidir like mar dinner bond, is féidir like clistal ergs like, but ní smuoiníonn tú faoi mar sin, but then nuair dá meach duine ag teacht agus ag rá lumsa gur duine aráiste mé nó duine rud ag an mar sin, then probably bheith meán faoi legam faoi sin, so tuigim go hiomlán.
Agus tá sé just granmhar mar bhí daine ann ará like duine gurm an term a ceart tá sé crin bla bla bla, pretty much agus ní híd seo na daine a fiú tá chur síosar thu féin leis an term sin, so like níl clú acu, so we should just atch.
No spelum é a heú go dtíreach like chuna sa mohíonn tú faoi like actually agus tá mé chun astrú isteach I bearla muna mistal mar tá mé i géirí go meach. I want people to really understand this because I think this speaks to people who are interested in learning Irish, but maybe don't have Irish or are there's a sense from people, and especially I think from older generations, that Irish speakers can be an exclusive club, right? Like, and that there's a certain attitude that goes with it, and it can be very conservative, quite religious, quite even politically conservative, but then also kind of small c conservative in terms of outsiders, like I being from Dublin also, and being to some extent a Gaeilgeoir, but not having the kind of leaf up and fluency of someone who grew up in the Gaeltacht. Like I've definitely gone to the Gaeltacht and tried to speak Irish to people and been spoken back to in English and things like that. And I'm sure that the things that you're doing, you're making progress, and that can smoke out all kinds of resistance and weird reactions and trolls and whatever. Like, how do you feel about the Irish language speaking community as a whole? Is it welcoming? Do you get weird backlash like that of people telling you how you should be described, what I mean, from some kind of archaic terms like that? Is there another side to it? Like, I'd be really curious to just hear about your experiences in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'll say this in English, I guess, because So the thing is, like, you'll get backlash from every kind of person, like even people that look like me to people that don't look like me. So it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I would say the Irish language community is very welcoming, and I've always said actually that the Irish speaking community or the Gael are like my second family and things, and really, most people definitely do welcome the work I do and take me in and stuff. And yeah, like when the term Duine de Gach came out, I think there's a lot of confusion and people kind of just jumped. But what I think was really the thing, and this was for this was actually non-Irish speakers as well as maybe some Irish speakers, that the issue was that a Black woman had suggested a change in term. It wasn't even about the term itself, because like there's always new Irish terms coming out like every day. Like we have an Irish term on influencer. Nobody cared about that. But when it's something to do about race, and when it's actually a person of another heritage suggesting a term, that's really what fueled some people's blood more than anything. It wasn't even the term itself, because lots of people were just using excuses like, oh, it's Berlicus, or oh, it's not grammatically correct. Like, come on. There's so many new Irish words coming out today that, maybe aren't, 100% crin or accurate or whatever you want to call it. So I just thought that reaction was really weird. And yeah, of course, like there's racism everywhere in any community. And yes, I have received that growing up, amongst that circle, no doubt. Because, as I said before, it is something like different, as someone, a Black person or someone of colour, in the Irish speaking community. So not everyone's going to like you or like what you do, regardless of whatever community you're in.
Of course. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's really true. And I think I actually like the grammar of it, like, because it's funny, because I even got the term wrong to you in an email there in the run up to this, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, because I literally had just read it again to check, and then I was writing too fast anyway, but I had written Dina Leda, and then I was reflecting on the subtle difference between those, you know, and like Dina Leda, I guess that implies you've got the color, you're with the color is beside you or something. Then Deka is kind of like, you know, it's of, but even leaning into kind of from, to me anyway. And it kind of implies that you've come from, there's a sense of provenance or heritage or something that comes along with that, you know. So I don't know, was that what was the criticism on the grammar that you got?
Honestly, I think people just wanted to say something. I barely read those anyway.
Yeah.
They just wanted to say something.
Definitely the right approach, I think. So the other thing I'd really like to discuss in English as well, because I think that, you know, if there are people listening that are interested in getting into learning Irish, you know, I'd love to encourage anyone to do so. Like, it's never too late or too early to start. It's a beautiful language, and you've put this even better than I can. I read you writing about on Gaeilge that you couldn't imagine your life without her, and I loved the use of the kind of genderedness, because obviously in Irish we have genders on words, and in English we don't have that, and it's an extra level of richness. For people who don't have Irish, can you just explain a little bit about how you feel about the language and why you felt inspired to write that?
Yeah, I sometimes think people don't really understand where my love for the language comes from, because really it connected me to like other things. It wasn't just about the Irish language, actually. It kind of sparked a sense about like politics, heritage, minority languages, culture. That's what really sparked in me, because I always say, like, I studied the poem Filarish by Sean O'Riordan when I was studying my Leaving Cert, and that's really what got me thinking more deeply. It wasn't just like, you know, I'm in school studying this subject. It got deeper, it got more powerful. So that's really what sparked different things in my mind, really. And that's why you see me today even talking about like identity and things, because it really connected me to my own cultural heritage as well. You know, I started thinking about like Yoruba, for example, and, you know, how I suppose people in Nigeria, for example, prefer to speak English, and, you know, maybe wear Western clothes, whatever it is. So it just sparked different things in my mind, like, you know, just even with that poem as well, you know, imagining, it was a dream, like imagining, you know, going back to Ireland, pre-colonialism, everybody spoke Irish, you know, you wonder about that, like, what was that like? So it's these kind of things, yeah. You question things as well, like, you, like, for example, you know, if I'm meeting like other Nigerian friends, we'd always speak English, and you kind of think like, gosh, what would it be like if we actually just spoke Yoruba instead? So you just think about all these kind of different things, yeah.
Well, I definitely think about them a lot, and I mean, similar to you. Now, you probably had that epiphany, you know, a little bit earlier than me, around the Leaving Cert. Like, I went to Gael school, I learned the Irish, without thinking too much of it, and then I had the experience of kind of going away to London, and yeah, just really rethinking my identity there. Like, it's interesting being white, moving over there. You kind of get two things from two angles. Like, on the one hand, and this is, you know, it's not going to be everyone's experience, but on the one hand, you know, in work, I've never felt like so much made of my Irishness. Like, I thought I was kind of normal, you know, but then people were making like literally, like, in 2012, this would have been like IRA jokes and different, like, are you going to blow us all up? Like, various things like that I was in a very I was working in a really posh part of West London, and I don't know, a lot of people who'd gone to Eton and whatever probably had backwards attitudes. But then on the other hand, operating, you know, in general in the city, I was assimilated into a general blank of kind of white people, right? That, like, were in a particular cultural role in the city. And I realized that I don't look or act or function in a really differentiated way to how white English people are, white American people are. And I'm then, I'm living in an area where I'm gentrifying that area. And I just got very confused about like going back to that core identity and what is it and what's there. And actually then that was, I found out about the pop-up Gaeltacht, and I set up a pop-up Gaeltacht when I was over there. And it was amazing because it just suddenly felt like I was home, and something that I hadn't, and simultaneously feeling homesick and everything from just being away. But then being able to tie back in through that, that culture. And there's not much we have, because obviously there's been a lot of years of, where we were punished for speaking Irish, where we were, economically kind of incentivized not to speak it, and various things to erase the language, and with it, the stories like the Gaeilgeoir and everything else. So I've definitely had that same journey as you of kind of then realizing that actually, I don't know if I want to be signed up to this total globalist, order that actually, will take that when I was younger, honestly, seemed cool. Now I couldn't see the insidious aspect of it then, but you're watching the OC or you're watching Friends or something from age 9 thinking that's what I'm supposed to be like, that's the people that I want to aspire to dress like and talk like. And even my accent, sorry, I was just absolutely ranting there, but I don't know if I just wanted to
that's really interesting.
I really connect with what you were saying. Shukest tá ag sul go mór le curcút agus tá ag chun ceiste gatainine atágan an show, agus tá sé faoin taucií agus faoi an éireann atá le teach, like an éireann nachfuil feici agan go fóil, ach go méidir go bheiceamis in má den mud na rudí ceart, so céin sais taucií ecinn tú an éireann, like dá mechtú breanú síos éireann I cúpla bliain, agus tá an tír just beagsathe go thomláin, like céin sais tír sin atá ag breanú air.
Ceapan just tír tá like sásta le éagsúlacht atá sásta sin a chur chun cín, agus atá tar éis ghlachan fleisin chumá, mar an rud ná bhí daoine difriú le tar éis bheitsa tír, nó daoine Miúlacha éis bheitsa tír, ach níra daoine cinál gurí aithilta sa thuirtdómh nó gurí ghlachan lo, ach tá sé sin ag porliú inis, tá daoine ghláirt amach inis go háir le linn le pandéim, tá rud a cíd tar éis tórliú timpeall down agus tá daoine ghláirt amach inis. So yeah, tá mé ar bís, de éire again, Devlin, Fihiblin, vect ruddy on different. I mean, like Tom Tiertrace, Ahru, oh, a Donald Muchlan and show too. So, ta mention Ahra trace Towerlu and ish. So, Katatala Torlu and Machan show, Nilisagwin, they're here to girl to keep Darfok of S out there,
Kente. August, ta semagum, yes, sin an simú agus tá mé gurí ceistecurt faoi so leis an téama Afra Éire, like tá tú ag seint an ceol Africach do muintir na hÉireann agus ag oscail tús córa agus beidir ag ahrú na stereotype a bhí tú caint faoi agus ag taspáint rudí dearfacha faoin Afric. Tá rud ag an eile téime a cluisiom nuair eicem an termid tíh mar sin, agus sin like an nasc idir an dá ní an dá tír ach an móráin agus an tír seo. Like an dóla go bhfuil nasc faoi le ann am bhfuil rudí atá coitianta, like rudí atá agsúil, like cad a ceapan tú faoi an nasc sin?
Yeah, I mean, just go general till air agus an aiger fi láthir tá star an sin, bhí na sagart airnacha tar éis dul chuig an Niger le carú leis an cogad by Afra nó na daoine igbo ag an am mar bhí cogad cahara sa tír ag an am. So yeah, tá nach starl idir gáthír agus cumála sin a héh an cholínachas de chumá an gáthír tar éis bheith cholínathe ag na Británia chumá. So tá cosúlachtí mar sin an agus Guinness chumá is brá leis an dáthír Guinness. Agus ceapar rud a cíns faoi néamh project chumá tá san Niger chumá tugtar ahantas the néamh project chumá. So yeah, tá cúpla cinál rudí cultúrtha mar seo idir an gáthír. Agus tá sé simú mar ortaní bhín isag daoine le rudí seo, so just ceapan daoine go bhfuil tú go thomláin difriúil wethú agus sin an rud atá mé ggéiríanamh le Afra Éire, daoine thuirt le chéile agus go mbeidh isag daoine go bhfuil níos mó cosúlachtaí a adrann seachas difriúchtaí. So yeah, dearm a gcónaí le an rud atá carú leis an tíir sin ná integration. Maar leis an multiculturalism nó idircultúrachas ní dólam go sé sin cócarach mar tá sé cinál rá together but separate, whereas like interculturalism together but actually together, like learning from each other, not assimilating but actually learning from each other.
Yeah, Tom ain't English sin go thomláin agus leis an rud a dúirtú ribh freisin agus bhí mé cuaimid go dtí an étóp cúpla bliana hin agus bhí aine cuaimid go dtí Monasteir Ileán Loch Tana agus bhí pictóirí na bailí like mar slí bíon gachrúd scríofa agan ó thaobh an Bíblia agus gachrúd mar sin de ach bhí rudaí bhí like murals suas na bailí sa Monasteir rudí agsúla agus is religún difriúil é is like orthodox Christianity atá acu. But bhí naomh póric an sin agus bhí sé just bhí nach nibh ann agus bhí stick gaig mór aige bhí staff mór aige agus bhí sé ag fáil réil agus bhí seamróg dhéan agus just agus tá na pictóirí seo ón céad bliana hin like tá siad ón tá siad an sean ní féilm cuimhnú go dtír céó sean ach bhí siad an sean agus an rud eile a bhí simó gom ann like so is bralam ceol Éireannach agus ceol Africach mar saoilid agus bhí tá cúpla nasc eile like bhí mé caint le Seán ó Maréisa ceann de na chlóir seo agus bhí sé caint faoin rithim an bearán agus rithim like na drumí a bhíon san Africa agus go bhfuil cosúlachtaí ann agus cléisiom cosúlacht mór sa chana seannos mar bhí mé ag siúil thar siopa buisteir I Lewisham agus coolla mé fuam coolla mé ceol agus coolla mé seannos basically agus ach níormhas agam cá as a raibh sé teacht agus a cúi mé sa tro agus bhí siopa buisteir bhí ann ach ní ceol seannos a bhí ann ar curbh bhí ceol ó túisgurt na Africa bhí ann agus an sin rinne mé taide agus tá lán cosúlachtaí agus tá rud ag an simú faoin seannos sa slí like nachfuil is a gin like conas gur tháinig sin seo agus tá sé an difriúil ó stíl na orpacha eile cána tá ann so tá sé bránach nach mé an star umláin ar eolas agan riamh ach ceistí móranta an bhfuil like nascanna níos sinne ann idir na háitina seo agus nascanna nua atá le teacht freisin mar sin.
Yeah, tá sé simú cadidir an sin tá cosúlachtaí ann ó héh an ceol de deirhin cínse. Agus tá sé cool na rudí sin a nasc le chéile agus fiún tógra tá faoi bhd agat faoi láthair ag nasc na cultúr difriúil mar sin le chéile tá sé an simú agus do chuir go meic níos mó rudí mar seo mar ceapam go carach sé go mór le anolalas agus le fua tá muin sin. So yeah, tá mé dulcha sucht an taí camera like fiú bhí mé gglair le grúpa pastí óga bonscoil fao le cúpla mí ó hin agus níor they're just co-oscailta chur ceisina arm faoin cníachas mar bhí mé ann le leir ar Black History Month. Agus bhí sé just co-oscailta chur ceisina difriúla arm agus just ceap bhí sé ar fád, you know, Gen Z. Tá sé just co-oscailta agus gacrúd, so yeah, tá sé cool.
Tá sé cool agus like is bralam ag brandú ar you know mar is tá hip-hop sa tíir seo just ag fás agus you know obviously tá tágan sé sin you know an Afric ultimately agus tá sé just tá rud ag an simú like le fada tá an down is slí amháin like tá an cultúr down the bán own ear or her the masculine to a Sigoni, but you know like just like homogenized globalist kind of but really rooted in a Western white European Anglo-Saxon kind of place, and like Smini Magoni if we like few na Celtic agus na Románig like rinne mé stadir sin ag staidháin agus bhí na Románig ag rá bhí orthú rá go bhfuil na Celtic like tá siad anhá ag tá siad ag na mothúcán agus ag an filiacht agus gacrad agus ag canna ach ní féidir le like tír like a bheith acu really mar like just níl siad you know it's like agus dúsáid an na brathnaigh sin níos déanaí chun sais íomh fuile a chur timpeall faoin tír agus nuair tá mé ag smaoineamh faoi rudí Celtach agus rudí a thuirtarráis like tá mé ag smaoineamh faoin rudí a bhí suppressed ag an kind of dominant narrative sin agus fecham an ceol hip-hop like mar ceol an raveload agus ceol a tháinig i gcuine an sais na sais smaointe a bhí in áit faoi like conas a macór go meachach den agus mar sin de so yeah tá rud ag an simú le teacht nílas agam cad go ddíreach dúirt sela bhí de mai a bhí ar an seo agus a banisteoir Becca Maloney nuair chur me ceistir chu faoin taucií dúirt siad go mbeadh Irish Beyoncé le teacht agus go macóirdín bheith brandú amach so you know seans go mbeadh sé sa form sin but yeah cínta tá rud aigen an simú le toirliú agus you know toirlíonn sé sin nuair tá an cultúra éagsúla le chéile agus tá sé sin dent agat you know well you know is tá sé dent agat you know go páirsanna just trí bheith an ach tá sé freisin dent agat I do chuid oibre trín show agus yes even an show agus do chuoine atá a géisteach agus atá i ggéirí níos mó a clistáil wet cá bhfuil tú cá gur féidir le tú aimsú agus conas gur féidir le clistáil wet a heile.
Yeah, so tá mé Twitter Ola Majekodunmi 1 agus an sin tá mé Instagram Ola.Majekodunmi. So yeah.
Ionach, well gur míle maith alas teacht ar an seo muhím go bhhéitin dulráigs rá seachas mo ghilge tepar but seachas sin
no
but seachas sin yeah like bhrálinn caint leat ach sin an méid tá agann a nniu but gur míle maith as teacht síos agus tá méid súil go mór le daoine clistáil agus yeah just míle buchas.
Gur míle mágat tú féin den
I just lay low, I can't lay back. I'm an anxious boy since it was way back. And I lost my youth, don't wanna way back. And the walls to be, I wanna break that. All the fakeness, I don't play that. Hate the ways that they chat, try to pull me on the same track. No way lad, le the Chalín, si a cahabh, nil sagam, fuin gadraf, chum glita, ima chola, cúpla míle, solar stop me, na me quinta, agus tosa, lanadina, tá si lufa, bí McDowsa, glocha shota, cúpla bangers, socks a puta, bí McDowsa ag an fla, Chrissy catches ter me shot, Aaron agus ní Iran, si ag starna me ag brand, tá si tap, tá si shan.